James Pearce has suggested that a switch to Liverpool for linked target Saul Niguez is unlikely unless the club are prepared to meet the midfielder's wage demands. The Merseysiders were thought to be in a three-way battle for the 26-year-old's signature, though interest has appeared to cool following the collapse of a proposed swap deal between Barcelona and Atletico Madrid. "Unless there is a change of heart from Liverpool, I can't see it," the reporter wrote in a QA for The Athletic. He's been offered around to a host of clubs, but his wage demands are massive. Jurgen Klopp's men nonetheless reportedly remain keen on bolstering their ranks in the departments of midfield and the forward line, with outgoings said to be key in order for the club to entertain the possibility of further incomings beyond Ibrahim Konate. As new contracts for the likes of Alisson Becker and co. have proven, however, the club is committed to competing with our rivals at least as far as inner finances are concerned, with us possessing one of the highest wage bills in the English top flight. If we are foregoing big money moves this summer in light of the financial ramifications of COVID-19, would there not be room to expand our wage output for a midfielder of Saul's caliber, particularly if he is available for a fee in the region of £34.38 as Romano has told the United Stand? It would, of course, rightly depend on just how excessive the 26-year-old's demands are, given that Liverpool would already be showing a certain amount of flexibility with regard to our desired age profile. Liverpool have always been opportunists under Jurgen Klopp in the transfer market. Never ones to sign a player or spend big for the sake of. The entire Reds approach is very calculated. If the right player is available at the right price, they make their move. With their signings of Sadio Mane, Mohamed Salah and Fabinho for £34 million, £36.9 million and £39 million respectively proving to be absolute bargains looking back, while they did not hang around to spend big on Virgil van Dijk or Alisson when they had £142 million burning a hole in their back pockets after selling Philippe Coutinho to Barcelona. Pouncing on Newcastle United and Hull City's relegations to the Championship, they brought in Gini Wijnaldum and Andy Robertson, and when Joel Matip was running down his Schalke contract, they wasted no time in tying him down to a pre-contract agreement. Made aware of release clauses in Xherdan Shaqiri and Takumi Minamino's contracts, they snapped up the duo in cut-price deals, well aware they were buying two talented players for bargain fees. And when Thiago Alcantara and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain entered the last years of their contracts, Liverpool were again able to make opportunistic moves for two players much lower than their standard values. More times than not, the Reds look at a deal when weighing up signing a player and it becomes a case of, how can they not? This was certainly true with regards to Thiago, where Liverpool broke away from their traditional model of signing younger players with potential in anticipation of them enhancing their abilities with the Reds. At the time aged 29, Liverpool considered his £25 million arrival from Bayern Munich a relatively modest fee for a two-time Champions League winner at the peak of his powers. And while such an age traditionally tends to be the time where the Reds start to consider when might be the time to move a player on for maximum profit, having enjoyed the best years of his career, signing a world-class midfielder who Klopp was a big fan of was simply an opportunity too good to refuse. So, with all this considered, does the same not apply for Lionel Messi? After Barcelona confirmed his reluctant departure yesterday, you'd argue that being able to sign the world's greatest ever player on a free transfer is a proposition that Liverpool would be all over. Yet even with regards to the lack of transfer fee and his superhuman talents, it is not an attainable opportunity for the Reds. Interest. Who doesn't want to have Messi in their team? Klopp admitted when the legendary Argentine previously announced he wanted to leave Barcelona last summer. But no chance. The numbers are absolutely not for us. But good player. To be honest, good player is something of an understatement, but Klopp is indeed right. Messi's financial numbers are far beyond Liverpool. In truth, they are far beyond Barcelona, hence why the 34-year-old is currently set to leave Camp Nou despite agreeing a new contract, with the Catalans currently in breach of La Liga salary regulations. Despite FC Barcelona and Lionel Messi having reached an agreement and the clear intention of both parties to sign a new contract today, This cannot happen because of financial and structural obstacles, the club confirmed in a statement on Thursday night. FC Barcelona wholeheartedly expresses its gratitude to the player for his contribution to the aggrandizement of the club, and wishes him all the very best for the future in his personal and professional life. Previously on a reported £500,000 a week at Camp Nou, with his former deal said to be worth approximately £468 million when taking into consideration all the added-on clauses and bonuses. Reports in Spain claim Messi has agreed to take a 50% pay cut to stay with Barcelona. The forward had agreed on a new 5-year contract worth half of his former deal to stay at Camp Nou. Yet his wage would have differed year on year to help Barcelona address their current financial problems, in hope they will be in a better position to pay him more next season as football continues to recover from the financial ramifications of the coronavirus pandemic. As a result, it is too simplistic to suggest that Messi's new wage will see him pocket £250,000 a week or be worth over £200 million over the next 5 years. Yet the Catalans would have had to reduce their wage bill by a reported £172 million to be able to retain Messi and keep in line with La Liga financial fair play rules. Barca have already sold Jean-Claire Todibo and Junior Firpo in a bid to help raise funds, with their transfer incomings mainly limited to free transfers for Sergio Aguero, Eric Garcia, and Memphis Depay. Meanwhile, with the club said to be on the verge of bankruptcy and with their gross debt currently said to stand at over €1 billion, the likes of Coutinho, Antoine Griezmann, Miralem Pjanic, Ousmane Dembele and Samuel Umtiti are all big-name players the Catalans would look to offload. Having paid Messi a wage befitting of his status as the planet's greatest player for so long, such determination to keep him only emphasizes the desperate position Barcelona find themselves in. Make no mistake about it, their bubble has burst. To put into context his wages against Liverpool's own reported salaries, Thiago and Salah are said to be the Reds' highest earners on £200,000 a week, earning a base salary of £10.4 million a year, with Van Dijk and Roberto Firmino next up on £180,000 and £9.36 million. And that is without taking into consideration Trent Alexander-Arnold, Alisson and Fabinho's new salaries after signing new improved contracts this week, to make the trio three of the club's highest earners. Meanwhile, Salah and Van Dijk are believed to be in line for improved contracts themselves, demonstrating how swiftly the Reds' wage bill is growing already, and that's without throwing a new highest earner in on top regardless of his quality. Besides, Liverpool have already rewritten their wage bill once to make room for one Barcelona La Masia Academy graduate. It's what they did with Thiago last summer, in the midst of the coronavirus pandemic, but they can't do so again. Messi is a whole different stratosphere. He has reportedly already held talks with Paris Saint-Germain regarding a potential move with the Ligue 1 giants, one of the few clubs on the planet who could actually afford his wages without putting themselves at the risk of financial ruin. With clubs now fighting for his signature, you can safely assume he would not be so willing to take a 50% pay cut away from Camp Nou. Sure, the prospect of signing the forward for no transfer fee is certainly an appealing one. After all, who doesn't want to have Messi in their team? But at what cost? Barcelona may have frantically fought with their numbers to fit in the Argentine, but Liverpool will not. This is one opportunity they have no choice but to refuse. And Klopp already knows it. Liverpool defender Andy Robertson has already made his thoughts clear on a potential Lionel Messi move to the Premier League. Barcelona made the sensational announcement last night that their star player is set to leave because of financial and structural obstacles, and it has prompted speculation over a possible new destination. PSG are now odd-on favourites to land Messi, with the next most likely option in the betting being a resolution and a new contract at Barcelona. Manchester City, however, are around a 5-1 chance to seal a deal for the Argentina attacker. Given the huge costs that would be associated with securing Messi, Pep Guardiola's side seem like the only realistic candidates to sign him from these shores. I hope it doesn't happen, Messi joining Manchester City of course, Robertson said. From a completely selfish point of view, I hope it doesn't happen and hopefully he stays at Barca. But he's one of if not the greatest player to ever play the game, so for him to go to one of your nearest rivals is never a good sign. He's a fantastic player and I've got no doubt that he would bring the exact same quality if he came to the Premier League. Same passion and everything he brings at Barca. Liverpool have ruled out that we're going to sign him, so I don't want him anywhere near the Premier League and hopefully it stays that way. Obviously you can see the uncertainty at Barca and hopefully they get it resolved. Robertson and Messi have a bit of previous on the pitch, with a little clash during Champions League action. And the Scot has admitted he stepped over the line when he ruffled the hair of Messi during the opening moments of the famous 4-0 semi-final win at Anfield. When I look back on things I don't really regret anything because I feel as if everything is experience that makes you what you are, he said. But I do look back on that moment with Messi as one regret. I don't like seeing it. When I saw it afterwards I was gutted. I have nothing but respect for him and Barcelona, but needed something special, and if that little thing stopped the best player in the world playing to his highest potential. But I do regret it. That's not me as a person. That's not my personality. Maybe I went over the line.